Okay, so this one's going to be for Geminis. And I do feel like there's going to be some health concerns for many of you. Always when I bring up health concerns, it's not to terrify you, but it's to draw your attention to something. So maybe you need to be checking, doing the health check. I think I just got that for Taurus as well, or whoever I just did last. There is a reference to the moon. Effects of the moon. I'm getting a blue moon. Lotus flower. Let's see. We're going to be getting quite a bit of Gemini, Gemini, Gemini. Okay. Feel like there's a lot of opening of our chakras for you. Move ahead slowly. I hear tread lightly and progress quietly. And then I get this, there's this typical sense to run in and ramrod something. This is how I'm going to do it. This is what's going to be done. This is what you're going to do. And then I feel like this total pulling back. Ooh, 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 oops. You know, like when somebody's running after the big, the bad, or I don't know how to put this. I see a scene in my head where somebody's being chased and the chaser thinks they're doing all this good. That I'm going to get them and they're going to win. And then they run around the corner and the person being chased has jumped behind like the military people or the law enforcement or like, and then there's this, all of a sudden the bad guy is stopping and backing up and can't get out of there quick enough. I totally get that sense in my head. So Gemini, if that is you, and I'm not saying you're bad, that is absolutely not what I mean, but if you're um, I'm getting the word malicious, but I don't even want to use that word, yet I did. If you are the aggressor, or if you find yourself going after somebody in that aggressive kind of a nature, um, there is going to be that situation where you find yourself backtracking and backpedaling. So be very aware of that. Um, Also, I'm kind of getting the sense that if you feel like you have to prepare for battle, you're going to have to prepare for battle. So be very careful with that as well. Because when we suit up, and I always like to liken this to horse training, because if you go at a horse preparing for battle, you're going to get one. It's all in the mindset and how you approach the situation. I have seen great trainers do great things with horses, and I have seen bad trainers do bad things with horses. So it's same with humans. It's the way you approach the situation. So for all of you Geminis, just kind of check yourself a little bit. I'm not saying always, because every relationship is give and take, but I feel that in this situation there's going to be some checking. Um, Also feeling a strong pull to the king, to the strong dominant, the strong dominant person in the situation, which is really funny because my husband is a Gemini, and he's, anybody who knows him, he, um, he can he can he can poke them. So, which is funny that they would relate to that. So, how many? I want to see a show of hands. How many Geminis have a Scorpio in their life, or because they're pulling up Scorpio, so I was like, wow, I wonder if I'm just pulling too much from my husband, I'm getting a no. There are other situations similar to mine. And so for you Geminis that are dealing with a Scorpio, I'm literally hearing handle with care, which is quite comical. Just saying. There is a November issue also, so that might be the November Scorpios. And then I hear that song "Light 'Em Up," and it's like one of my most favoriteest songs. So I'll see if I can find a link and post it so you can see the words to it. Light 'em up. Okay. All right, Gemini. Um, I'm sorry for the long pause. I was hearing salt and pepper hair, and then there's a reference to Generation X, and then there's a reference to growing old with grace and dignity. That's interesting. Okay. And then I feel like somebody is also going to be a pallbearer. There is a reference to pallbearer's funeral. Pallbearer funeral. So a lot of you are going to be asked to stand up for someone else. It actually is where I feel like that's going. Whenever you can stand up for someone else, it doesn't matter if it's at a funeral, to talk to them or for them on their behalf, but I get the sense of talking on somebody else's behalf, standing up for somebody and doing what's right. Yay, Gemini. Okay, yeah, guys, let me know if any of this makes sense. All right, have a wonderful day.